Hi, my name is Meagan Good. You may know me from Think Like a Man, Think Like a Man 2, Stomp the Yard, Waist Deep, Eve's Bayou, something like that, and now you can catch me in The Intruder.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
So shooting my first love scene, it was interesting because I've obviously done like intimate scenes before, but nothing that was like slightly simulated. And I just was not mature enough for it. I mean, I couldn't stop laughing. I was turning bright red. In between shots, I'm like, looking around, and while we're doing it, I'm like trying not to laugh. I'm just like a big 10-year-old. And then at one point I actually got a Charlie horse. So I was like, I need to drink some more water. Yeah, I talked to my husband about it, and he's really amazing because he was like, well, just make sure it looks real. Make sure the relationship's authentic. And then when we saw it in the screen together, he was like, oh, okay. All right. And I was like, so, and he was like, no, that's fine. But he's silly, and he's like super supportive, so I couldn't ask for anything more than that. Celibacy? No, I did that for self-growth. But ultimately, I stayed in it because I felt like I wanted to do things God's way, and I felt like I wanted to honor my marriage, and I wanted to set us up to win and to do this thing once. So that's pretty crazy. And I don't know, I love my husband very much, so I'm pretty much willing to do whatever for love. Well, it started in the 90s when there was a thin brow that was really in, so I'd pluck out my eyebrows into oblivion, and by the time I was 19, they didn't really grow back. And then I started tattooing when I was 25. When I was 30, I started microblading, and I realized as I was getting older that something about it just started to look a little harsh on my face, and I always wanted real hair, and so I saw on Amber Rose's page that she had just gotten a hair transplant. So I looked at the doctor, looked at some of his before and afters, went in and met with him, Dr. Jason Champagne, who is amazing. And we just talked about like what kind of shape I wanted, where I wanted the arch, the thickness, the fullness, everything. And then he went in and did it and did an incredible job. And I'm super happy because I feel like it's like brought so much life back into my face. And I would suggest anybody who's having the same or similar struggle to try it out, because it's been a game changer for me. Yeah, I mean, the thing I love about the indie space is that you don't have the studio like breathing over you, telling you this is the movie you need to make and this is how you need to make it. It's really you kind of having the freedom to say, no, this is the movie I want to make and this is how I want to make it. And when we're done, we will sell it to you if you want to buy it. And I just, everything about everyone involved, with Dennis and Michael and Joseph and Dion and Roxanne, like everything about this experience was amazing because we had complete freedom. And we would literally, like there'd be scenes and we'd be talking about, what should or shouldn't happen, and literally rewriting scenes like on the day. You can't really do that in a studio movie. You have to kind of put it through the studio and put it through this person and put it through this person and get permission, and it's got to trickle down. And with independent filmmaking, it's like, no, we're gonna make the decision right here on the fly. This is what we think is best for the movie.